The way I look at it is the knowledge that I'm going to die that creates the focus that I bring to being alive.
That most people who could ever exist will never even be conceived. Each of us, for all practical purposes, is unique in the universe.
I fear living a life where I could have accomplished something and didn't. That's what I fear. I don't fear death. I value wisdom that gives meaning to my life. People want to know the meaning of life and their significance of their life in this world. Some of them come from religious angles, some are secular, but everybody's got this burning issue. Here's how I have dealt with it. So often people say, I'm looking for meaning, implying that meaning is something out there waiting to be found by you. Is it under a rock, behind a tree, in a monastery? You go looking for it. And I'm not satisfied with that as a solution to the question. I think we have the power to create meaning in our life.
But why do we long to live forever? We want to live forever because we fear death. We fear death because we are born knowing only life. Yet we don't fear having never been born. While it's surely better to be alive than dead, it's even better to be alive at all than to not ever exist. Religion through the ages has offered detailed accounts for what happens after death. For some, it includes what happened before you were born, a basic tenet of reincarnation. Science doesn't have much to say about Valhalla, or Elysium, or Hades, or heaven, or hell, or the spirits of your ancestors. The methods and tools of science do, however, make cold, concrete statements about what happens when you die. Upon death, there is no evidence that you experience the consciousness you enjoyed while alive. The electrochemical source of all your thoughts, feelings, and sensory awareness of the universe, your brain, which normally lights up an MRI, becomes starved of oxygen. We know that's you disappearing because people who experience a series of ultimately fatal strokes tragically and systematically lose function of their mind and body as they descend into a state of non-existence. It's not as odd as it sounds. Were you conscious before you were conceived? Did you complain? Where am I? How come I'm not on Earth? No, you simply didn't exist. That most people who could ever exist will never even be conceived. Each of us, for all practical purposes, is unique in the universe, now and forever. Being alive is the time to celebrate being alive, every waking moment. All along the way, why not strive to make the world a better place today than yesterday, simply for the privilege of having lived in it?
I recognized long ago that in a free society where I'm not enslaved and I'm not, an indentured servant, and I have some freedom of choice, that I have the power to manufacture meaning in my life. I can make decisions about my own life that create the meaning. For me, a meaningful life is learning something new tomorrow that I didn't know yesterday. Otherwise, it's a wasted day. You know the prisoner who puts X's in the boxes on the wall for the day they get out? I have that in my head, and the day that I get out is the day I die, all right? And what these boxes remind you of is every day you're alive, you're one day closer to death. So there's one fewer days in there to accomplish something that you might have wanted to accomplish. So I want to keep learning about our world, about each other, about things I don't otherwise know about. So one of my measures of meaning is how much more do I know about the world tomorrow than I did yesterday? Because almost any path you take will make you wiser as a person. So I value wisdom that gives meaning to my life. So that's one source of meaning. Another, and it's directly traceable to my parents, but I'd like to also think it's traceable to common sense, is spend a little bit of your life lessening the suffering of others. In my day, in a week, do something that lessens the suffering of someone else, however trifling that gesture is. That's an infusion of good. Yeah, I'm value judging it. I'm saying, yes, it is a good thing to lessen the suffering of others. I'm declaring that. I try not to ever put opinions out there, but it's my opinion that if you lessen the suffering of others, you make a better world. And don't we all want to live in a better world? The way I look at it is the knowledge that I'm going to die that creates the focus that I bring to being alive. The urgency of accomplishment. The need to express love now, not later. If we live forever, why ever even get out of bed in the morning? Because you always have tomorrow. That's not the kind of life I want to lead. I fear living a life where I could have accomplished something and didn't. That's what I fear. I don't fear death.
On my deathbed, I'd be sad to miss the clever inventions and discoveries that arise from our collective human ingenuity, presuming the systems that foster such advances remain intact. That's what fueled the exponential growth of science and technology in my lifetime. Our primal urge to keep looking up is surely greater than our primal urge to keep killing one another. If so, then human curiosity and wonder, the twin chariots of cosmic discovery, will ensure that starry messages continue to arrive. These insights compel us, for our short time on Earth, to become better shepherds of our own civilization. Yes, life is better than death. Life is also better than having never been born. But each of us is alive against stupendous odds. We won the lottery only once. We get to invoke our faculties of reason to figure out how the world works. We also get to smell the flowers. We get to bask in divine sunsets and sunrises and gaze deeply into the night skies they cradle.
I beseech you to treasure up in your hearts these my parting words. Be ashamed to die until you have won some victory for humanity. There is the source of meaning.